Well, hello, everybody. I hope you have had a good day so far. It's not quite dinner time yet, but it's getting close. I am on here. I've been trying to download from my phone, and it is just really being a bugger. I'm hoping that I can get it to go through before it gets too much later because I did a reading today. It was actually a really nice reading. Um, Justice is coming. Justice is coming. Hang in there, y'all. We're almost through this. I know I'm not the only one that's going through these things that the collective is talking about. I know I'm not the only one that is experiencing um, feeling like you're being targeted, feeling like the whole world, is against you. I know I'm not the only one that's been isolated, kept from their families, lied to, lied about, lied on. I know I'm not the only one that is experiencing these things, and that makes my heart very, very sad for all of us because I know what I've gone through, and I can't imagine anybody else going through this. That I mean, I'm sad that I have to go through this, but to know that there are other people that are dealing with this and going through this as well, it breaks my heart. None of us should be dealing with this. It's um it's really an unfair situation, and it's not even something that we didn't even do anything wrong. We were born. That's what we did. We were born. We were born, and we were either taken or sold or whatever the case may have been. The only thing we ever did wrong was being born, and that's the facts. There are greedy people in this world who will take an infant child and do terrible things to that infant child for money, for greed. you know um, there's something going on with the CIA that is doing human experiments, like the MK Ultra. There was a lady on an airplane that is directly involved with the MK Ultra. I mentioned this in a video in the past. She was killed in that airplane accident, and they are going to be finding a lot of things that she had to do with. As far as the CIA and all of these human experiments that they did on people, on children, people like me, and people, other people like you that are watching this, the targeted ones that never had a chance to even really have a life because we've always been under some kind of weird target, like the Truman Show. There's always been something or someone trying to harm us or bring us down, or make our lives difficult, some kind of something. There's always been something in my life. And it always seemed really strange to me because nobody else ever had these things happen to them. And everybody else's life seemed so normal in comparison to mine. Well, now I understand. My grandma used to tell me all the time, that she felt like she was always being watched. She was watched by the FBI. That's what she used to call them. I can't go anywhere in town because every time I go somewhere, I got somebody watching me, reporting back to Mark. I got somebody talking about me. I got somebody doing this. I got somebody doing that. And I never understood exactly what that meant. I get it. I get it now. I wasn't awake then, and I wasn't sure what she meant. I wasn't understanding what she was talking about. I get it. I think there are some families that are targeted families, not just certain people in the families, but families. I think that there are families that are targeted. And I get that. I get how my grandma felt. And in the end, she was a shut in. She didn't go anywhere. She didn't do anything. I would try to get her to go somewhere, and I would try to get her to, go for rides, in the car, whatever. but she just didn't want to go. And I understand now, and now I understand why I am a homebody, because when I would go out and I would do things, I would always find myself in a situation that was really uncomfortable, that people following me, or what, somebody trying to start something with me. It was always something. So I just learned to be a homebody. I learned to stay to myself, because you don't have any garbage that way. You don't have people messing with you. You don't have the world, trying to follow you. You don't have all of those things happening, and you have some peace, when you're home and feel safe. Oh, 444 as I'm talking right now. So I understand where my grandma was coming from now. I totally get how she felt. I think my grandmother was a chosen person as well. I think she was. She used to see faces. She used to, when she would go to bed at night, she would see faces. She would tell me about this, the things that she saw. And she was a gifted person, like I am, and like my bloodline is. I have a daughter that's gifted as well, and she's not awake yet, but she will be. And when she does wake up, I hope that this will be done. I hope God God told me that, once I'm through this, once this is finished, that this is it, that I will be the one that will break the generational curses, and this will no longer happen to anyone in my family from here on out ever again. This will be stopped with me, and I'm so grateful that that's the case. This hasn't been easy, y'all. I'm not even kidding. There were times when I had some really, excuse me, dark thoughts, and sometimes where I just didn't know if I could do it anymore. But I kept in my mind that if I get through this, when I get through this, I am going to get through this, then no one in my family will ever have to deal with this again. This will be done. This will be done. That was worth it. That's worth it. Even if my children aren't talking to me, even if they don't want anything to do with me, even if my family's convinced them I've got a freaking brain tumor, whatever it is, at least what I did stops this from happening to anyone else in my family. My bloodline is free from this. And that makes me very happy. That makes me so very happy. So early on in all of this, going on the videos and stuff, I had mentioned that there were going to be people who were going to be losing their jobs, people who were going to be asked to resign, or they were going to have to resign, or take responsibility or accountability or whatever it was, but they had an ultimatum: resign or whatever the ultimatum was. Well, guess what I found out? The chief of police of Hohenwald, Tennessee has resigned. He was one of the bad guys, and I knew it. He wouldn't return my calls. I tried to talk to him. He wouldn't talk to me. He held information away from me. I'm still waiting to hear information. I have to do a change of address, so I'm not getting my mail at the moment, which is really a pain in the hiney. But I'm working on it. But yeah, the chief of police of Hohenwald, Tennessee has resigned. Told ya, it's coming. All of this is coming to a head now. Everything is happening just like I said it was going to happen. And I'm so excited. Y'all, my views have gone up, my subscribers have gone up. Thank you all so very much for your support. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Um, things are starting to pick up. Things are starting to finally, all of the things that I mentioned in my past videos are finally starting to happen. So hold on tight, y'all, because it's going to get interesting. So I went on Ancestry.com, and next to my name now, it's showing that I have a twin. In a video that I've done, a couple of videos that I've done before, I had mentioned that I thought I had a twin. Um, that the CIA that does the human experimenting, um, the twin, one of them is considered an extra, and they do experimenting on one of the twins. Well, I believe that I have a twin out there. And for some reason, all of a sudden, out of nowhere on Ancestry, because it's never shown it before, I'm showing that next to my name, there's a twin. There's also been a woman that's contacted me on my Ancestry that believes that she may be another sister of mine. Oh God, please don't let her be like the two I've already met, because they are the ones who created a lot of this issue for me, because they don't want me to receive an inheritance that my biological father left me. They want it all for themselves. There is a family of witches, like cauldron pot stirring witches, like legit witches. Okay, there is a family of witches that are nurses. A lot of them are LPNs. A lot of these nurses got their licenses illegally. I don't know if y'all remember, but just not too very long ago, there was something that came on and said something about um, people who had gotten their licenses but didn't do their clinicals, that they paid to get to say that they did their clinicals, but they never did. Well, most of these people started working in nursing homes so that they could get some experience. Well, there is an entire family of witches, maybe even a coven. Maybe they're not blood related, but they're in a coven, and absolutely could be blood related, and others in the coven that are nursing illegally. They're all about to be caught. Now, whether or not it comes out that they're witches, I don't know, but this family is about to be caught. My ex-best friend was one of those people who got her license without doing her clinicals. She was one of them. So I wonder how that's all going to work out. I know that a lot of these people are probably afraid to continue on with their education. I know my ex-best friend she wanted to do the RN, but then she was afraid to. And the reason she was afraid to is because she never did her clinicals. And she wasn't really, really sure she could do it. But yeah, I'm assuming that's how a lot of the other ones feel too. But then there are those ones that are bold and brazen and be like, I can do this. Could you imagine, y'all, having a nurse working on you that never did their clinicals, that never did the things that they're supposed to do to get the experience, and having that person be your nurse? Could you imagine? How terrifying. I'm getting goosebumps even thinking about it. That's, oh. I hope they string these people up. I really do. I hope they throw the book at them. I hope they all get jail time, prison time, fines up the wazoo. I really do. Cheaters, liars, and thieves. That's what they are. Cheaters, liars, and thieves. And I've got no room in my life for that garbage anymore. And neither should you have room in your life for that kind of garbage. We deserve better. We deserve better than that. So, y'all, China is preparing for war against us. I know that's like just throwing it out there, but I'm not one to mince words and I'm not one to sugarcoat things. China is preparing for war. If our government, if we don't do something soon, if we don't figure this out, we're going to be in World War III pretty soon, and it's not going to end well for any of us. There are too many people out there hot-headed. There are too many people out there that want complete and total control. You know what I'm saying? Imagine for 1 minute, just follow me here, that the people who were involved in what happened with me were in control. Had power. Imagine what those type of people would do if they had the ability to push a nuke button. I mean, I would like to think that people are smarter than that, and I would like to think that, if somebody did that, how it would affect the entire world. It doesn't just affect one area; it affects the entire world. One nuke bomb anywhere and affects the entire world. It doesn't just affect whatever area it hits. And I hope our people in power remember that. Complete and total control and power is an illusion, y'all. It's an illusion. We need to be a human race, and we need to take care of each other and love each other and stop with this hate nonsense. Crimes against humanity. These wars. What good does it do? Cities crumble, people die. And what does it do? It does nothing. It destroys lives. It gives somebody, one person, a sense of power. But now he's got a mark on his head. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I can't wrap my head around people who want or think that they can have that kind of power over other people's lives. It's just kind of like my mother, or the woman who gives herself the name as my mother. Complete and control power over me, like the Truman Show. It's sickening. It's sickening. And the fact that people will do anything for money and the things that they'll do for money. Ooh, I'm so glad I'm not like you, Sandy. You're disgusting. I'm so glad that I told myself when I was 5 years old that I would never be like you. Because you are truly one of the worst human beings I have ever known in my entire life. I have never liked you. I loved you because you were my mother, or I thought you were my mother. But I don't like you. I never liked you. And now, I just have no use for you. There's no place for you in my life. There's no place for my brother in my life. There's no place for that family in my life. Because all you do is destroy. All you do is lie, cheat, steal. I've got no room in my life for that anymore. and you will pay for what you've done. You'll pay for what you've done to me. You'll pay for what you've done to others. You'll pay. One way or another, you will pay. All of you that are involved in this. And, even if you weren't like technically involved in what happened, but you know about it and you're doing nothing, absolutely nothing about it, but you know about it, that still makes you responsible because you have information that could change a person's life. You have information that could stop crimes. You have information and you choose to do nothing. Shame on you. Shame on you. You'll reap your karma as well. I may not want anything to do with y'all. I'm always going to love you. I was raised with you. You were my family. Were my family. But that's done now. All right. Well, I'm going to try my very best to get this to download because it has really been a bugger. I don't even know what's going on with it, but I'm going to try it again. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post this first, and then I will see if I can get my reading to follow, okay? All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being there. Thanks for all the comments. Thank you for all of your love and your support. Like I said, I know I'm not the only one out there, y'all. Hang in there. Don't give up. We can't give up. We can never give up, okay? We can't. We have to fight this. We have to change this. We have to do something to change this. We will. We stick together and hang in there. We'll change this, okay? We're going to change the world together. All right, y'all. Love each other. Please love each other. Love yourselves. And I love you. I'll talk to you later.